Hello, my name is Denette Mann, and I hope that you're able to watch this and take a few moments for yourself. We're calling this Self-Compassion, a Time for You, and I'm going to be doing several of these. They'll be posted on the website as to when they'll be available, and you can see them when it's right for you. So I'm giving this 15 minutes. Let's get started. Today's topic is supporting yourself with kindness. So I want to talk to you a bit about, let's say something has happened to a good friend of yours, somebody that you care a lot about. And they're quite distraught. They're upset about the situation and are really suffering, feeling very negative emotions, and you want to help. Think about what you would say to them, what tone of voice you would use, what gestures you might have. What would you do for this friend who was suffering, who needed you to support them? So take a moment and just think through that. So, really give some thought to the words, how you'd feel about your friend. Okay, so let's say now that you have done that, I want you to take that same potential issue, if you thought of one, or if you didn't, if you just thought of it in general, then that would be fine to do too. But to now talk about or think through, how would you treat yourself in the same situation? There's no friend there. You're the one suffering. How would you treat yourself? What words would you say? What gestures would you use, if any? What tone of voice would you have inside your head? And just think about that for a moment. And we're not going to be talking about this, so you can be honest with yourself and really think about what you would actually do. Okay, let's assume that you've been able to think through that. If you're like a vast majority of people in the world, you quickly found that the way you would treat a friend was much better, much nicer, much kinder, much more forgiving and understanding than how you would treat yourself. Now, there are reasons why we're so hard on ourselves as opposed to how we are with others. But for right now, let's just talk a minute about, is that helpful? Is that important? The answer is no. Research shows that when we give ourselves the same kind of kindness that we would give to others that we care about, that we would do better. Our lives would be better. We'd be happier. We would face things in a more economic way, with even emotions. Call it equanimous. So there's the possibility of being your own best friend. And wouldn't that be cool? To actually be able to treat yourself with understanding and support and kindness and forgiveness and acceptance. So what do you do to do that? Well, you can ask yourself, what do you need? What feelings are you having? Notice the negative feeling that is occurring with the situation. What do you need? And then take an active role in trying to give that to yourself. It could be just a few kind words. It could be some soothing touch, or it could be some other actions like reaching out to a friend when they become available, reading something inspirational, something that is quiet to your mind and gives you a chance to reflect on, this is just something that happens to people and I don't have to beat myself up for it. So that is the focus for today, is how you treat a friend. And the meditation we're going to be doing for the rest of the time is called a self-compassion break. It's very simple. It's something you can remember and learn quite easily. And I hope you'll give it a try. So if you're listening to this, what I'd like you to do is think about a situation that you are currently struggling with a little bit. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. In fact, I would probably recommend that it not be something truly upsetting to like on a scale of 0 to 10, like it was an 8 or a 9. No, we probably need to pick something around 5. Big enough that you get the emotional feeling from it, but not small enough that you get nothing, and not big enough that you get overwhelmed. Okay, so spend a second and just think about what situation you would like to use for this meditation. It is a meditation, but it's a meditation built for informal practice with you. You can do it on your own whenever you need it, but you can also practice it as a sit-down meditation when something has come up during the day that you want to clear out that you didn't get a chance to earlier. So just take a minute and think about that, and then we'll start the meditation. Okay, you probably likely have your issue that you want to work with. So now I would like you to just get into a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a couple of deep, slow, relaxing breaths, settling into your body, releasing stress where possible, physical stress, emotional stress, just relaxing into this moment. You can close your eyes fully or partially, whatever works for you. If you decide to do eyes open, please choose something you can look at where I'm not distracting you on the screen, and you can truly focus inward. Okay? All right, so the first thing is allow yourself to see, hear, and feel your way into this problem so that you get to that point of feeling the physical distress, the physical discomfort that comes as you think about this problem. And make contact with it. And then say to yourself, very slowly and very clearly, this is a moment of suffering. You could also use other phrases such as, this hurts. This is the way other people feel when things go poorly. Ouch. Think of a word or phrase that really fits for you. And say that to yourself in a kind, caring, supportive voice. Tone of voice means a lot in something like this. Now, to the next thing, I want you to say to yourself, suffering is a part of life. We all experience it. Other things that you could say is, I'm not alone. Others are with me in this. Others experience this. Or others in my community would feel like me in this situation. Or simply, me too. And then finally, putting your hand over your heart, or a soothing place if that doesn't feel right. Any other soothing place that feels better to you. Put your hand on your heart and say, may I be kind to myself. May I give myself what I need. It might be something like, may I accept myself as I am. May I understand my intentions. There's a whole host of possibilities depending on what your situation that you're thinking through and working with in this meditation could be. You could also say, may I care for myself tenderly in this moment. And if the situation is one in which you are being mistreated or something is occurring towards you that you feel is not right, perhaps saying, I will not allow myself to be harmed in this way any longer. that's also compassionate and kind. Go back to your body and just notice how you feel. Stay with your breath. Repeat these words, whatever feels like you might need to hear it again. Go ahead and repeat that. Again, kindly and softly. You're a human and you need kindness. Just noticing your breath. And notice how your physical sensations are now versus when we started. How does your body feel? Is there any release of pain or tension, tightness, any shift of feeling better? There may or may not be. Either one is fine. There's no rule about this, no expectation, hopefully. We're just giving ourselves a chance to meet our own needs. So now just let yourself be exactly as you are in this moment, feeling exactly as you do. Take one last deep, relaxing breath, and then come back to the room. So this self-compassion break encompasses the three components of mindful self-compassion, which is what these little short clips will be about. Mindful self-compassion is made up of the component of mindfulness, as you could expect from the title, and that is the part of noticing. The first thing that we did, this hurts. I'm noticing how I feel. The second component is what we call common humanity, and that is the second thing that you did in the meditation, which is I'm a part of the human race, and everyone feels this way. There's pain and suffering in the world for each and every human being, and this is one of mine. And then the third component, of course, is kindness. When we notice that we're suffering, we have an opportunity to be kind to ourselves and to take an active role in giving ourselves what we need. So I hope you'll practice a couple of times to see how this works for you, and you'll be able to re-watch this for a while. It'll stay up, and glad you joined me today. I wish you well, and I'll see you soon. Okay, thanks.